Orange versus 2011 international champions, Navi.
Welcome back, everybody, here into the hall, the Battle Royal Hall for game number 3. Navi going up against Orange. And man, this is down to the wire. The winner of this game, everything you've done through the preliminaries, everything that happened through the playoffs, it comes down to one game to put you into the grand final.
One game, all that pressure now being applied, it comes down to one single game. Either team to take it will be the winner and gonna head in to the grand final. And we see the draft, and looking over to what Orange did, they banned out the Wisp as well as the Chen in the first phase, not gonna give the Chen towards Puppey this game either, and then banning out Enchantress in second phase as well. They picked up Darkseer and OD, and over on Navi.
Just that Darkseer and OD together. The Darkseer, you know I'll be hoping for it. Through game 1, through game 2, I was really hoping that Orange would take up that Darkseer. It's just been absolutely superb in their lineup. It gave us the highlights from yesterday as well. And then you're going to do it with an OD. We're looking at mass team fight here already from Orange Esports. If we get another big team fight controller, you add a Jakiro in the mix of all of this, you can just obliterate anybody. Of course, Puck and Lifestealer, very hard heroes to lock down. That's the reason why they picked him up in the last game, and probably the reason why we see him picked up now.
That is true, but I want to see more from Orange than only the Brute teamfight lineup, because we see them play so amazing as soon as they get some stun combinations going. They don't have a single stun yet. Of course, Darkseer is the best hero to combine up with some stunners, but they still have to pick them up. And
surprisingly, Puppey didn't actually ban out those stunners. They banned out the Weaver, they banned out the Naga. There's still the Alchemist quite easily in the pool for Orange. Now, if they want to go massively greedy, we get Alchemist, we get a Jungler. They've already banned out Chen and Enchantress. You want to add an Enigma into the Darkseer combo as well, you're getting a huge amount of money coming in, and then you've still got a hard carry to put into all of that.
Yeah, we now see Navi. They have a nice lineup here with Lifesteal, Puck, and the Nyx Assassin, so two good heroes for Lifesteal to just go taxi with, and also really good pickoffs with those spells, silence and stuns. And of course the Vendetta coming from Nyx is so strong.
Yep, it's good initiation, good combinations. That's the way Navi want to roll this. They use their strengths, which is their synergy with their pairs, with their players.
On screen we see Orange all huddled up and trying to think about what they want to pick up for the next 3 heroes. Just taking it one at a time.
It's probably that time where you're like, well, do we just pick up all of our cores right now? Like, when we know we're missing a carry, they're not really going to ban. Like, it's mushy. Like, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
And then you're like, so, oh, we can pick up our supports right now, at least, because there's still 2 of those left to pick up here for Orange. So that keeps it pretty open. And maybe also you say, well, if it is a Jakiro, then Navi might start to worry and say, well, maybe we need a little bit more control when it comes to these team fights.
Maybe, but I would still, even as you say, they need a carry, I would still bet my rares that this is going to be mushy playing the OD. Like, it's not it's not a super flexible hero that can do such awesome plays in the laning stage, but later on into the game, into the team fights, you can really have big impact. And this is a hero that Mushi has played before. Of course, it feels like every hero in Dota is a hero that Mushi has played before. He's so very versatile, this player.
That he is. Bane will be the selection here from Orange, so we get single focus. They could have gone for the full team fight, but at the end of the day, you also need to make sure you can control up that Lifestealer. If you do see even like the elements of an aggressive tri-lane, you got to make sure you lock it down very early on, or if you want to try it yourself, you got to lock it down very early on.
Yeah, I like the Bane pickup here. It's good. They don't have any combination yet. I mean, they have the OD and Darkseer, which is okay. You still kind of hit everyone without that vacuum when you play on OD. And Bounty Hunter coming out from Navi. They're looking for kills and kills alone, man.
That gives us our 3 cores, but it gives us a lot of invis as well. You're moving around with Bounty, with Nyx Assassin. I kind of almost want to see Orange pick up that Slider again and go with that combination with the Darkseer. So then they've got the invis reveal.
It's decent to reveal invis with it, but the biggest part is how is it going to fit and how is it going to work. Of course, it could work really well. We saw them play Darkseer along with Slardar before. But in that game, they had even more lockdown in the AoE. Now, OD and Bane don't have amazing lockdown, but Bane was necessary. Against Puck, against Lifesteal, it's necessary to have that single target lock.
So Mushy's 4th pickup. Do we see Orange's last core? Or do we get to see him go into their last support hero to give us our lanes? And As far as Navi goes, like, Navi, we got our 3 cores here. They got one more support hero to pick up. It could be anything. It could be giving a mana. It could be doing whatever they want. They got a lot of options. They got a lot of options up their sleeve.
Definitely true. Coddle would be decent, but they might head into something a little bit more forward up front as well. But fighting Navi head on from Orange is going to be dangerous.
Ooh, we're going to get the SK for
Gonna go for the Sand King.
So we're looking for back into a Burrow Strike, combining up with the Epicenter and the OD Ultimate. Those 3 abilities just by themselves is scary enough. But the level of control to get Navi into that kind of position, I'm not feeling it yet from Orange. Like, you got Livestealer who's just going to rage and run himself around. You've got Puck as well. Very difficult to hold in one position. Nyx Assassin, you want to hold him. Spike Carapace, Bounty Hunter, got Invis to run away. There's a lot of different things here from the Navi lineup that's going to make Orange's team fight very difficult to execute.
Yeah, I feel the same because we saw them play a beautiful Darkseer, but that was in a game where the enemy was not so well prepared for that combination. Only having a BKB and a Dragon Knight was all they had.
Yep.
But in this game, everyone sort of has an innate survivability against such combinations. Nyx, even with the Carapace, would be amazing. So, yeah, definitely I feel it's harder for them in this game. The pressure is on both these teams.
Pressure's on Mushi right now. He's got one last ban to do. He's going to eat into his extra time for it, 20 seconds, and he takes out the Rubik. So he's a little bit worried with all these different things, and straight away, Poppy says, I will take the Enigma.
Enigma it is. So we have Nyx Assassin as the main support and Enigma as the second support coming out from Navi.
It's around this time you kind of wish you didn't ban out the Rubik, but it's also around this time that you kind of wish like you'd have an extra support hero as your last one as opposed to a core, which is what Orange is looking for. They're looking for the number one role hero right now.
Exactly. They need to pick up their carry to deal the most amount of damage. Of course, OD can be amazing at dealing some nice damage, especially laning up against the Puck in the early game. It's not too hard for him.
Yeah.
But later in the game, even like a Nyx Assassin, once we hit late game, that mana burn has really no cooldown and can just be spammed on OD over and over again and deals tremendous amount of damage as well.
All right, looks like Orange have decided what they want. They agree, and it's going to be Windrunner, our lovely red-headed lady, will be coming in as the last one, being played by KYXY as well. Which means Ohio will get the Darkseer, and as you will predict it, it is going to be Mushi up on that OD.
Some crazy picks, as always, coming out from Orange. Of course, most of it was standard up till we saw the Sand King into a Windrunner as a core hero and not even as an offlaner.
It's a little bit more old school. I remember it was actually G1 League during the group stages there. It was Invictus Gaming that were running the combination. They ran SK which was Chuan, and they ran it with a Keeper Delight as well as a Windrunner. And as far as like range damage, ability to dive on towers, it was actually quite effective.
Yeah, it can be quite effective, but we'll see how it works out in this game. One thing that it does provide is some nice long-range disable. Can be really nice against this type of lineup that Navi has, because Navi, they want to run in really close, up and personal on Orange. And if you can just throw out that lockdown from far away, that can really work in your favor.
Well, let's get ourselves into it. So we'll run through our lineups.
Some cheers for the teams they're fighting.
Starting on the Radiant side here in the last game of one of these teams, path of TI3, will go through Navi. So Horvost will be taking up that role as the Livestealer. Puts Kuro as the Nyx Assassin. Puppy will be taking up the role as the Enigma. And that leaves Funnick on his offlane. One of his most successful heroes here at the International. And then Dendi will be there as the Puck, heading down to the bottom lane. So we're going to mix it up a little bit here. So Horvost will take up that mid role instead, and they have to babysit Puck a lot more. As far as that bottom lane goes, Orange is moving in force. We've got Mushi coming down on that OD Ohio. Here is the Darkseer. Extinct as the SK, KYXY as Windrunner, and then Net as the Bane. And that is our lineup for Orange.
Yeah, that is Orange and Navi just mind gaming a little bit with the lanes here, but it's a good decision. You don't want to have a solo Puck mid against OD, especially as we saw in game 1 when Dendi got a little bit shut down in the early game. It got so hard for Navi to play out of it. They want to have a good start on this man once again.
Yeah, it's basically the option they had to go for. Livestealer had to go middle. And Orange are going to now split themselves out into their lanes, and we will see who ends up where. Orange found absolutely no one. They left no wards behind as well, so it's going to be an abandonment at the bottom lane. Unless, are they actually going to leave KYXY as well as Extinct down here? Looks like KYXY might actually try and stay. He's going to stay for the rune. at least.
No,
and maybe more.
It's going to be a double lane down there, possibly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dual lane bottom here with Windrunner and SK.
Safe lane Darkseer up against the Gondar, or the Bounty Hunter, of course.
He's gonna hate that.
He's Dota 1 name. Yeah, he kind of hates it. He has a lot of regen though. And if you get some nice last hits in the first few, in the first 2 waves, then he can do okay on that lane.
So Mushi will find a Vorst here in the middle lane, and that's actually a really good time for Extinct to try and gank him up. He's having a bit of a look around. He blocked up the easy camp, so Puppey doesn't have a straight go for that one. He will be already pulling out in the other lanes, while Ohio puts the Iron Shield up on himself, wants to be as aggressive directly towards Funnick as possible. But Extinct, he is really being an absolute frustration for Puppey if he won that easy camp. The Puppey isn't even moving out that far. He's already feeling the fact that they're missing heroes on the top lane. The Darkseer is up there, so they've got to be a little bit more cautious about it, about where he is. So he's back deeper, and Extinct, well, there's a lot of conversions. He's going to be really careful about that. In fact, it's a huge amount of damage you can pull out from conversions.
Stealer walking down. He doesn't have slow. He has it soon. He wants to skill it up.
Yeah, he got Feast instead. Yeah. He has 1 level, but he decided not to put it into anything.
Yeah, that big clap, of course, the creeps clap when there's 3 units
near
The funny
thing is, even if he leveled it up, he wouldn't have had mana. He has 104 in his mana pool, and he needs 110 to actually use the open wounds.
Not enough.
The downside about going up against someone like an OD, and this will now be the full tri lane on the bottom. In fact, Net cuts through the tree line so he can catch up to Dendy. Extinct, got to get himself in range with this Burrow Strike, and then times it up right. There's your power shot. Dendy's in trouble. Orb, phase shift. They need to follow him. Windfront's there to do so, and the damage is not enough.
Oh, they don't commit.
They don't. Even with the wind run, they didn't want to go in that deep.
Orange could definitely have gone, top lane, just looking at the trade.
Yeah, Funnick has got to be careful coming in that close. But he's going to salve. He knows he can throw the thing out. And that's exactly what he'll do.
A little bit too much fear there from the Orange tri lane. They could definitely have walked in, but they didn't know exactly where the Nyx was, and it could have been so dangerous if Windrunner dive too deep and get stunned.
No reason to completely overcommit. As we've been saying before, this is the last game of one of these teams, and both these teams don't want it to be theirs. Speaking of Ohio now on the top lane, really getting underneath this tower. Funnick, even Invis is still taking up that damage, but when Ohio can't see him, he won't keep committing like he wants to. Also notice there's been a change up, and Puppey has gone into the dire side jungle, because there's just no way he can stay inside his own jungle.
Yeah, gonna farm up the enemy jungle for a while now, and that will give him easier time just ganking from there.
It's gonna be a good gank too when they come for Ohio, because he's gonna be the one who's gonna get in trouble faster. Because he's sitting low on life every time he arises down. Funnick gotta wait for the salve to pop up, but you've got Kuro as well as Puppey rotating around looking for the gold. They're gonna find
a target.
That bottle arrived just at the right time too, and now he's backing up. Ohio's getting himself out. Obviously, he's very aware. There's a dire ward already.
The dire ward saw him, so there was no real danger or anything going on there. And bottom lane, we just see KYXY farming quite freely, as Dendy only has 3 for 3 in CS against 16 and 7. So KYXY getting the better farm down here.
You got 16-11 up on Mushi, up against a Vorst who's got 9 for 3. This is the problem of going up against no D.
The farm is going the way of Orange on every single lane.
Ohio's playing around with a couple of conversions. That was going to come down for Kuro. Extinct. He's going to get that Burrow Strike out, and Kuro as well. Still no first blood, but it looks like this should be it. There's maybe the Spike Carapace starts slowing him down. Conversions trying to block his path, but Kuro, he's still being stunned up by that Malefice, but Ohio gets in close enough. First blood is spilled.
And Ohio picks it up. Some big gold going the way of him.
That is the best start. After Orange, like what happened to them on that top lane before, they're going to be so happy that they're the ones that get to claim the first blood. Even if it's not a critical hero, it's still first blood nonetheless.
It is. And mid, we just see this poor lifestealer never really has the mana to do anything. He can rage, of course, but he doesn't have mana enough to slow off Mushi. Now he doesn't have enough mana for anything, being down to 1 intelligence.
Obviously not very, very smart if you just chase blood. 13 of the mana pool with that 1 intelligence. Very rough
bottom
time.
Lane, bottom rune. Oh, he gets it.
So Mushi will take the DD. Is he just going to try and fight this one up against Puppey? With the DD, I don't see why not. He's going into deny himself to Roshan. He's got to move faster. 1 hit from Mushi, and then Roshan hits, and Mushi. Roshan!
Big deny.
He's able to basically beat him down before Mushi's orb can hit him in time.
Yeah, of course, OD with double damage is crazy strong in the early game. He doesn't even have a point in the orb, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Already hits like a truck. with that TD.
And Poppy won't be too sad about dying right then. Obviously, he denies himself off, so nothing is really gained by Orange. He didn't lose anything because he spent all of his money on the Soul Ring before he died.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He just wasted a little bit of time for the OD.
Again, we get this on the top lane from Orange. They did exactly this in game number 1. They want to push down towers so early. Even if you don't have full tower pushing style heroes, they still want to try and intercept the creep wave and do as much DPS as possible. They're looking to force rotations, and they got it too. Poppy's coming up top. He does not want to do this. He wants to be inside of his own jungle finding farm.
This is a level 3 Enigma. This is not key timing for Enigma to start his movement.
Be careful, Funnick. Nightmare. There's going to be a follow-up Burrow Strike, and then keep up with the damage. If they've got enough, 16 for 6 gone. No life points left.
And the Surge completely saving here as well. No way that Sanking will die. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Dendi not really finding anything.
He's 16-6 up against a 28-12. Dendi's been completely out-CS'd on that bottom lane.
Yeah, he has been doing a little bit of catch-up as he was 3 for 3 when she was up to like 16 CS. The early game, of course, was not easy for Dendi when Orange supporters were down there. Now look towards KYXY.
Well, Dendi doesn't have ulti yet. He can't hold KYXY in place. Until that level 6, he can't do it.
Just looking over towards Curry and his position.
Yeah, the only kind of hope he'll have on this bottom lane is the fact that KYXY would overcommit himself into the point where you could rift up the Windrunner. So then he wouldn't be able to Windrun himself away.
Yeah, and so far, this laning stage just going heavily in favor of Orange. 3 kills.
Oh, middle lane, Funnick. You know he wants it.
Yeah,
you know he wants it. He's got track now. He wants to find kills anywhere he possibly can.
He does have a lot of experience. 18 for 4 as well in CS. It's good for an off-lane bounty hunter. But he was against a solo at the start, so it's pretty much to be expected.
Top lane push happening again. And again, we're going to see Ohio try and with their Shuri toss. What level is that? That's a good damage. Level 3 up on the Shuri toss. So Ohio already being pushed back, and there's more support rotating in. They realize now the bounty hunter's up here on the top lane, which means they need sentry wars, they need movement very, very quickly. Net will cut his way through the tree line, so he can come directly out of the fog of war into a nightmare. That is the plan, at least.
Yeah. Enigma also moving up here towards the top tower to defend it. Nice little ward place by Net. He auto-attacks him.
Oh, lol.
That's probably not what he wanted.
No, what he wanted to do was hide inside the tree line, use the ward so he knew who was coming up at what time, and then attack.
When you hide like that, you got spam click movement all the time, or you will end up auto-attacking him here.
We got Malva stun up on Extinct right now. Ohio's trying to stay close up to Dendi Shackle, just a mini stun, and then with a 4-man Dream Call, but there's no follow-up to it. It's an oldie for nothing else. Dendi actually jumped to the other side of the fight, in fact. And Mushi, well, he's just waiting for the aim in a rune.
Mushi being scouted out, but he still gets away safely.
He gets more Mushis.
More Mushis, and Havorst, of course, still down to 65 mana. He's not doing too good for himself on the mid lane. He has decent farm, but can't really contribute in terms of kills. Big tower.
Another early tower for Orange. And they're the ones that do take the first tower as well, so they push their advantage even further here.
Oh, I like the experience that Net just TP down to claim here. It's just so nice whenever support can just go and take some alone time on the lane and get that experience going.
So important as well to get his level 6. That Fiend's Grip, such a huge thing. When you look at like the control during the team fight, you get a Nightmare up on the Enigma, so there'll be no Black Hole to come out from Poppy. Then you also have like a Fiend's Grip up on Life Stealer or on the Puck, 2 of the biggest ones to control.
And same thing actually for Nyx, and look at bottom lane. This might be dangerous.
Only if Net stays out too far, which he does. There's your stun and track gold as well. So good money coming in for Navi.
Big kill for Navi.
They get themselves on the board finally. But they do it with bonus gold.
Bonus gold from that track, of course. And it's really nice just shutting down the Bane. As we were talking about, hitting level 6 is very important on Bane.
Oh yeah. They catch him short. So KYXY rotated to the bottom lane to try and defend it instead. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Mushi is still continuously farming, now sitting at 2150 gold. We should be seeing his mech.
Or 4-staff. It might be a really early 4-staff as well, but I agree. Mech would probably be better. 4-staffing...
I'd like to see 4-staff up on the Windrunner instead, so she can be that initiator.
Yeah, and 4-staff... I still feel they should go for a 4-staff as well. It's more about the order of things, but going mech first is more reliable. If you get ganked by a puck, 4-staffing away won't save you because you break the stun anyway, and they will catch up to you.
Yep.
whereas a mech might just save your life. And some nice ward mid. Many pings coming out from Kuroki. He goes for a full staff after all, so it is the build for the big flashy plays after all, and
which means the Windrunner is going to go into the kind of supporting kind of role and look towards that mech up on her instead. Well, let's see if they even want to go.
We might still see Mushi just build into it. It's not weird at all to go for both the mech and the full staff on a hero like OD.
I'll almost ask the question to them, what should we be seeing up on Navi? Because you've got an Enigma inside the jungle right now that will have to get the mech at one point of his time, but does he get it first? Does he look for the Blink Dagger? Or do they just look to also find some kills? Because I'm looking at some movement from Orange, and they are definitely on the hunt.
They have the entire mech actually on Ohio. Didn't see that.
Wow, so that was, yeah, it's very good.
It's a Darkseer and minute 11 now.
This allows them to dive back past the towers, but they're going to find someone else. They find Dendy, they Burrow Strike, and they catch him out. That Iron Shell damage. Huge amount of damage, and then OD already put off that imprisonment. Kuro doesn't get shackled up properly, but then gets one son out in net. They're still extinct with the Burrow Strike coming off cooldown. Back through Puppy, back through Kuro. Buyback comes out from the puck, but Avors trying to fight inside this one. The orb will fly down, and Avors running through the tree line. Puck Goldie, but Fiend's Grip will hold Denny in position. Power shot gets the kill. Only through Denny. There's your black hole. Four to catch out, but there's just no follow through. Avors can't do anything when he's imprisoned up, so they nightmare up on Puppy, and the shackle through the tree line latches up both the remaining Navi players. Funny comes in, will pick up KYXY with a double kill, but the orb damage, Avors is forced back. The OD will quickly imprison up Kuro, but now Mush, all of Orange.
Yeah,
they retreat.
And in this we actually see as well double damage on Funnick. He got 2 kills in that fight, so he got a lot of gold going as well, but that was Orange taking a huge lead.
That it is, man. That was perfectly executed. The lines were right. They really weighted out their abilities properly, and they got lucky at the very, very start. They picked off Dendy very, very quickly. And notice too in the buybacks, it was both Puck and Enigma who bought back during that fight.
That it was, man, that it was, and that shuts them down a lot in terms of item progression. Looking over towards Dendy, doesn't even have the magic one, just 600 gold, boots and bottle. That's it. And Enigma not close to anything. So Orange, the items and the item progression shows even more how well Orange are doing for themselves.
And now Mushy with full treads up. He's just going to start hitting hard and fast. All of Orange will. They can even just 5-man through Navi right now. Avors doesn't have, like, they got nothing. They don't have enough of the key items available to fight. And Orange, they know that. They know every single time they fight now, Navi won't have anything they need to actually win the fight against them, and they must fall back.
Yeah, and now we see a little bit of movement as well coming out here, and we see some nice pinks. Actually predicting completely. Puppy knows what Orange are up to.
Well, everyone's missing bar one person, and then the, well, there goes your smoke. Being revealed. Surged down by Ohio, but he won't find Denny, who even just phase shifts out from the power shot damage. But Orange get what they came in for, and that's the mid-tier 1 tower.
Yep, just kind of right-click that tower, and they will be taking it. We see a nice split push movement from Navi. Funnick and Avors pushing that top. Kuro, level 7 on that bottom. Mana boots are now up on the Nyx.
And OD just TP straight to that top lane. They have to back themselves up. They're going to get spotted out by a couple of conversions.
Still not a single point in Enfeeble, by the way, on Bane. It's a little bit unusual.
Is Puppy wanting to fight this?
It is an infest on
He's got, he might have a Malibus for Extinct, but Extinct got a Burrow Strike down into the river. Funnick, he's already lit up that track. Shuri Toss as well. It's going to hit. Kuro can't get close enough for the damage, but Dendy maybe can. He's coming in. Dream Call, look for the orb. Extinct able to evade very, very quickly, and Dendy doesn't jump. In fact, he's 9-man. Puppy will take it off him, so now Dendy can actually fight. Funnick comes in. Infest damage. Avors goes for the move, and then the wall goes down. Power shot as well, but Avors, feet gripped up. He's on the wrong side of the wall, and Navi, they can't go through. They've got to leave Avors for dead. The shackle from KYXY holds him there. Avors, is he really? He's going to go back through the wall again. Brain tap almost killing off. Power shot. It's Kuro on the way out. The Navi will retreat. And Kuro went up north. He's almost a sacrifice. He throws a stun with a TP out with a Spike Carapace. Oh, they got him just in time. He threw everything he could. He thought actually Orange were faster than that.
Yeah, so Orange fighting beautifully there. 4 on 5. Coming out on top, getting a kill on the support. It may not seem like much, but that was Mushi free farming during that duration on the top lane. So Orange actually making a really nice play there.
Some more nice players to add to that list, and you see the advantage really starting to stretch down. 4,000 is the gold. Experience, though, well, basically nothing in it.
Yeah, the experience is very even for sure, but as for the gold, it's starting to pull more and more ahead, and we all know what happens when you start to get a nice little advantage when you're on the dire side. Then you have that easy, accessible Roshan with all your tier 1 towers up. And look
Surge.
at Puppey.
There goes Puppey down. Orb once, orb twice, and well, probably orb the wrong target to start with, but still. Now pick up the rest of the conversions and focus on the tier 1 tower. Orange systematically fighting their way into the grand final.
Yeah, bit by bit. They're looking strong, but Navi, of course, they're not dead yet. And now the pressure on the bottom tower, Navi seems like they will just sack it and go for a trade.
Does look like a tier 1 tower in the mid is where they'd like to go, but they don't have enough pushing power to actually bring that down.
It's a full HP tower, like, it will take some time to bring that down.
And you already see Orange, like they know that Navi won't contest in this tier 1 tower, so they move themselves in towards the middle lane. They try and find themselves a kill, so they look for Kuro, they look for Dendi, and now, well, it's going to be pretty obvious. Look down that bottom lane, and Mushi's the only one left. Someone is hunting for gold. And there goes the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, so Orange claim all the outer tier 1 towers, and they haven't lost a single one yet. But Funnick will do some considerable damage to this top tier 1.
Yeah, someone has the TP there almost. Running there will take some time, and there's a lot of people there actually. With Kuro sitting behind.
Well, Funnick's bailing. He doesn't know how far away they are. They haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, Outworld Destroyer, OD, building in towards... Oh, is he gonna try on Puppey?
Might give it a shot. He's got a DD room, but with a Malefus, OD ulti.
Look at that damage.
He's got help coming in. Dendi, don't go in, man.
Don't go in, Dendi. That is not safe. Not safe at all.
Man, this is just like Malaysian power fighting through Navi.
Mushi.
And Navi have no answer to this. Like, how are they trying to answer this? Kuro's up here on the top lane. I know he's trying to leech up a little bit of experience up here, but like right now, there's just, okay, so he's waiting. He's waiting. The same time as Orange smoke, so they're going to realize that someone's around here, and they throw down a sentry looking for someone. That was meant to be Funnick trying to gank up that top lane.
Oh, Kuro. They see him now.
Turn around. Fire strike on him. And brain zap him down.
Funnick.
Oh, Funnick. Is he really going to try and fight this? They've still got Fiend's Grip available, so a Force. Fiend's Gripped up, but now he's going to be stunned up. Malefus from Puppey. But they're going to walk through this wall to the Surge. You're right. How to get the kill on the Bane. 1-for-1 trade in the supports, but Mushi still free farming bottom lane.
Nice kill, though, going the way of Navi, but they had a lot of people committed there. And as you say, Mushi just farming while everything is going down. So up to 1700 gold after that ultimate orb. He's looking so strong. Top.
They're going to go again. Surge into a Pyro Strike, able to reach. Going to go Epicenter on Puppey as well. Back in to make sure he stays in close. And then they clean up not only the conversions, but the creep wave as well with the Iron Shells and the rest of the Epicenter.
That's a really big kill. Getting both the Enigma and all his summons. 180 gold to boot that kill as well. Now we have the entire omelet finished up for Vorst, but we are 18 minutes in, and that's a good timing for Lifesteal to get his items. We now have Blink and Mech on the Darks here, and really strong combinations coming out of the Sand King, the OD, and Windrunner as well, looking strong with a Force Staff.
And that's a really scary combination. Just having the Blink on the Darkseer, let alone everything else is going to combine up with it. And before items are still up, like Horst hasn't got his armlet done just yet, unless that's on the courier. So there it is. Armlet comes up. It's 18 minutes and 45 seconds before he gets that armlet. Like, this is a Vorst. Like, a Vorst who we've seen in the past who, at 18 minutes and 45 seconds, would have a full heart and an armlet with treads. Like, that's what he's bought in the past. And Funnick, well, I'm not liking his chances on this top lane. I'm seeing Sentry Wards go down. No way to go invis. No reason for a shackle. Just a power shot through from KYXY.
Orange playing so beautiful Dota in this game. And Navi, they're finding themselves 4-14. They're struggling really hard here, and they're not finding any new item progression on the Enigma. So
they're not.
It's going to be really... I don't see how they can turn this. They need a Blink, they need a BKB, they need something so they can actually drop it. But even with a BKB, there would be a Bane.
Yep. Without items, they can't change it. The only thing they can do is hope Orange screw up a little bit. That's their only hope right now, unless they can get time to farm up key items. And, well, that's some serious commitment. Going to TP to that lane, bottom lane, and then they surge up. There's already a Pyro Strike. A Vorst inside the raid. He just wants this tower. He's going to finish it off, or is he? He's going to infest. He takes the creep to freedom.
It will be a chase after that creep, I believe. They do not want to let Hvorst live, and that Iron Shell actually kind of helps Hvorst.
Hvorst jumps out, he wants to go, there's support coming in, Denny jumps in, he got a big coil, big silence, then will go down, even a burrow strike into the back corner with a follow-up stun. Ohio's
nice
low on life, and now in comes Puppy, Black Hole's available, oh, BGG! KYXY, now will be Midnight Pulse up, Hvorst shackled towards a tree, Kuro went through the rear, Hvorst staff down, Kuro had stun, he couldn't stop him. Orange is out. They lost 2. And that's when they make a mistake, but maybe Puppy. Malavista burrow striking from KYXY. And Mushy now joins the fight. Drops the hammer on Navi. And Kuro will retreat, but KYXY will find him. He wants to shackle, 4 staff down. Shackle will latch. Power shot. KYXY. Flawless play. And now Funnick imprisoned up. And they just bail.
They don't have any vision. They can't go for him.
They want Mushy to have that full side of the vice, 21 minutes in.
Yeah.
Wow, Orange, like, they lost that fight badly on the bottom lane. That was the mistake that Navi were looking for on that bottom lane.
Yeah.
That Orange fell for the trap, but then Navi overcommitted. They chased in deeper, and Orange turned it perfectly.
Navi, both these teams, of course, have a really aggressive nature, but as Navi got a little, they tried to bite free even more, and then in came the hammer of Mushy and just dropped on them. So... yeah, Navi not really pulling back too much there. A little bit of gold going their way, but still the experience spiking down even further for Orange.
There's a Hvorst. No, he's not thinking about this bottom lane, and he really shouldn't either. The surprise factor of Navi now goes out the window. With the gem already being picked up, coming out, KYXY purchased it.
They are getting a lot closer to the mech though. Need 400 gold, but before this Roshan, they will not have a mech. So if they want to contest, they will have to do it without Black Hole, without mech, and I don't see them doing this.
Or at least not successfully.
They're moving there, but with the infest on Dandy, he has a blink tagger.
He's going to give it a shot. They're going to look for the snatch.
I think they will try. They have to.
The snatch will be the key here. But they need to know. All flies in. Does Denny go with it? No, but KYXY is taking a lot of damage in here. He 4-staffs out. They blink him out too. Odie's already got an imprisonment over on the side. Denny silences up on Mushy. Funny comes out, but here comes your epicenter. Back in a wall. Puppy's got no hole whatsoever. The Fiend's grip very short channeling right now. They move back over towards Ned. And now it's Navi that take 2 kills. Kuro's right by KYXY. Vendetta here. Stun as well. The ball's coming in. The Windrun's going to wear off right now. And open wounds track goal for everybody. And the gem on the deck. Navi will now go back in and finish the job that Orange started. Have Orange just made their biggest mistake here of the lower bracket final.
Yeah, they got caught out really hard, not standing together there, OD being too far away, and this will probably be...
Yeah, how big are your balls right now? Do you want to give this a shot? No, is the answer. Aegis will go to Hvorst.
It is tremendously hard to just predict when he will die, when you have no vision in there at all. And yeah, Navi starting to go back into its game.
And how is this even feeling possible? Orange, they couldn't commit to Roshan. And Navi, they had a moment on bottom. We thought that moment turned sour when they ran up to the Roche pit.
Yeah, but things are starting to look up much more for Navi now, having that mech finished up and having a gem on the bounty hunter as well.
Having 4.6k gold up on Livestealer. This AC will come up quickly as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is now Navi's game to win.
And they're not wasting any time, going for smoke now, trying up towards the top rune.
Well, they've got Black Hole. They know the Darkseer. Well, his ult is coming off cooldown in a moment, but Fiend's grip also 8 seconds. And SK has got his epicenter off cooldown in 40 seconds time. And Funnick, he's going to find one. Ohio be the one. That's in here as well. Where's your Nightmare? Up on one. Holds him out. Black Hole misses everything again. They don't need it by the looks of it. Puck with the ulti. Support comes in. Buyback back into the wall. Burrow strike as well. Through Denny and OG. Mushy destroys Navi. The Aegis will pop. And now Fiend's grip. Hvorst will be held in position. And now Malaysia fight back.
And that
maybe
kill
more.
As well on Mix.
4 euros lost for Navi.
And Aegis and Black Hole whiffed completely.
Second time in a row now for Puppy.
Yeah.
I said they didn't need it after that Dream Call wimp with that quick buyback from the Darkseer. Orange instantly regained the momentum.
Darkseer was so strong as he blinked in. Just vacuumed, and then the perfect combination with a Sand blinking in after and just burrow striking. Orange, they are good combo players. Play really well together with these stun combinations.
And that experience graph, it's going up and down.
It is.
Navi actually managed to get their advantage back and then lost it after that fight. You can understand the reason why they wanted to do it. Like, everything of theirs was off cooldown again. They wanted to get in there and be aggressive, make most of these items which came out.
Yeah, they did, and it didn't work out for them. And we see now Orange back in the lead, and just so strong. The damage, the raw damage that comes out from this OD, it's just completely mind-blowing when you see it happen.
They need to lock OD out. They need to lock OD out. And that's the reason why you see Mushy now building into a BKB. He realized if Puck silences him up, his presence in that fight is gone. And he can be killed off very, very quickly, especially with Lifestealer now walking around with a Basher. Even now, like, he needs that Abyssal Blade up to know when Mushy finishes the BKB up, then he'll have that Abyssal Blade to lock down the OD and stop his damage. Of course, it's not always the biggest problem when you got such great team fight through both the SK as well as the Darkseer combo as well. A back into a 4-man Burrow Strike in Epicenter, that's a rough ride.
Yeah, looking over to Navi, I don't think that a big black hole is what they need to just win this game, but they need chaotic fights more than that, because big black hole is going to be really hard to land. We laugh a little bit as he lands them on 0 target, but looking over, look at what Orange have. They have 2 ways to cancel it from their OD. They have Burrow Strike, they have Bane with 2 ways to cancel it, they have Shackle Shot, and they have Vacuum. There's too many ways for him to just shut down. Without BKB, Puppy won't land an amazing black hole. And I say that now, and I might regret it.
You can probably understand the reasoning of Puppy as well when he does it. Like, he's like, one black hole for one person is still worth it. It gives us our advantage. And that's what he threw it for. He just didn't realize his teammates had that much damage that they'll kill him all straight away. Bottom lane push now coming out from Orange. And, well, Funnick will need to get a bit of a track up right now. He's going to do it first on Mushy. But Mushy's got forced up as well as Scythe of Ice. So he's going to be very careful as Puppy cuts a line through the trees. But they're being watched. There is a perfect observer ward here from Orange, and they smoke right on top of it.
Yeah, and of course, the gem was reclaimed by Darkseer as well, so they couldn't even deward that.
The only thing Orange don't know is now where they are. They know the smoke happened, but Orange, they still want to push this bottom tower.
It comes down to Dandy and how he's going to take this initiation along with Kuro. If they want to fight this.
Look at the double blink. They already got one. Forced up, Funnick in close, and Mushy right-clicking at Shackle. Need a follow-up. Back in. 3 on the stun. And then the big orb for the mech charge. Puppy in for the hole. They got Mushy. Puppy being feet scripted up though, but never loses life for it. They keep on going. They're going to go deeper. The track is up. Of course. Where's the bash? Where's the stun? They say, screw it. We're going to go up. Blink up from Ohio. He's out to safety. Windrunner forced to fight. No TP out of this one.
Lifestealer goes down. Havorst picked off. And also Funnick being caught out by Windrunner.
They might be not over yet. Tendy's still on the run out here. No, there's too many buildings on cooldown. Navi lost 3 out of that then.
OD did buy back, so it was a good start on the fight for OD, or for Navi. But now the pressure is back, and they just simply lost too many heroes to keep defending this.
Yep. This is going to be the death of the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
Yeah. Windrunner now has enough gold to buy the ultimate orb. Does she do so? She actually bought the ultimate orb in a TP. Yeah. So we're gonna head into a second hex as well. Of course, it's still far away. And OD, his BKB is delayed a little bit as he bought back there. Doesn't have anything really now, so he has to start over with only the Ogre Club.
Well, life is hard, but when you're Orange, life isn't really that hard.
Yeah, look at Darkseer though. We say life is hard, but he's 8-2 for 11. Ohio, we talk about how good he plays Nature's Prophet, but his performance on this Darkseer has been stellar.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely brilliant.
It's not just him, like, man, it's the synergy that goes with him into like Extinct Burrow Strike or Mushy being in the right place at the right time as well for his hit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's been perfect. And also props to Bane in that last fight, able to keep his distance away from the black hole. You were right, Puppy got a great black hole, but it did not last long.
It did not last long because still Bane was standing outside of it. He got, I believe, 3 heroes, or maybe even 4, I think 3 heroes in that black hole, and it was amazing. But it was cancelled within a second of Bane. So that's what I'm talking about. Too many ways to cancel the black hole. Even landing 3 out of 4 people inside of it, he can still be cancelled. And we saw Darkseer now picked up a nice little item here on that BKB. So he has BKB Blink and his initiation. It should be completely uninterruptible from Navi. You can't predict the initiation from a Darkseer and just black hole him. That's asking for too much.
You just find yourself blinking over the top of each other if you try and predict that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You got Roshan up in 4 minutes time. Might be the key point for both these teams, because Navi like fighting in a close quarters area because of the Enigma black hole, but at the same time, Orange, when you have Epicenter, you have Darkseer Ultimate as well as OD Ultimate, you really enjoy the close combat areas too.
Yeah, I give the close combat definitely towards Orange. Seeing their combinations, they do every single fight, just vacuum into 3-man stuns or something like that with Sanking. It's just beautiful.
And how many TPs do Orange just want to pop then? Nothing but a Phonic illusion.
Look at what Bane, actually Net playing the Bane, has been skilling up in this game. He has 2 points into a Nightmare, 1 point into Enfeeble, 2 points into Stats. That's a very unorthodox build, especially against the Lifestealer. And even Bounty Hunter. Of course, normally we would see high level Enfeeble. Just looking at this bottom, both teams posing a little bit.
Kuro is waiting inside the Vendetta with a Blink Dagger. He wants a kill. In fact, I don't know if both teams just basically sending each other a message saying, I'll meet you on bottom lane at 31 minutes. But that's where they both ended up now. And Navi's out. Navi doesn't want to stay around here. In fact, there's already farm to be had on the top lane, and Phonic will be taking that.
He will, and bottom lane will be free farm for the OD, just farming it up. If they can push out the lanes now, Orange will be in a good position to take next Roche.
And Orange going to move down. Surge up. Extinct. Who's he going to fight? He finds a Vorst. Fire Strike. Rage very quickly from a Vorst. And also very lucky for Extinct, he didn't get bashed up just then.
Oh yeah.
And Puppey leaves one conversion behind, which scattered out the rest of Orange rotating towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, gotta be careful about that bash. Always dangerous if you get caught out in a weird position. Of course, it's RNG gaming, man. Scary when it happens. But bottom being pushed out by Orange. Mid, though, being pushed really hard by Dandy. Getting some nice farm as well. 2,200 gold now with that Blink Dagger.
Actually getting up to items where he could probably live during fights, especially when he picks himself up a Haste Rune as well.
He needs to live through the combo that is Smackdown. And of course, Puck does have really good intelligence, but he's nowhere close to the intelligence of Mushi in this game. So he needs to pick up that ultimate orb, I feel. Or maybe, as he did in the last game, pick up the Mystic Staff first. Could also be a really good choice.
The Vorst is about to pick up his money for an Abyssal.
Navi gets revealed up here on the top lane as they walk by an Observer Ward. And we see Orange just reacting, thinking about fighting it.
Orange aren't really splitting themselves up much at all. You saw 5 go bottom, like Mushi was the furthest one out just then, but he's only a short hop, skip, and a jump away for the rest of the Orange players.
Yeah.
They just want 5-man Dota
Look at
right
Orange
now.
positioning. They put down a sentry ward and just stand like this, trying to reveal any form of smoke attempt, but of course they see Lifestealer farming top lane. Shouldn't be a gang.
Nope.
And even now seeing Enigma coming in towards the mid.
Dire's top tower is under
So
attack.
Puppey, he just wants his money. He wants his BKB. Surprising he still wants the BKB, because I suppose it restricts it to only one ability that can stop you.
Oh, it's totally worth it. Like, sure, Bane can still cancel it, but then you have an Abyssal Blade now finished up on Lifesteal. So if they can go on the Bane, then Puppey has free reign.
This is not the time. Yeah, they have to go in here with 5. Kuro's coming up to scout, but the Sentry Ward again. Great vision here from Orange. But Navi are not going to walk under it just yet. Not at least not where they have vision of a KOA Ace White. Kuro, close you can get to it, blinks in, looks for the stun, picked up, got the stun, out jumps Dandy as well as a Vorst, but already the epicenter comes in, but a Vorst bashes up on Mushi, feed script up, he's on the other side there, Net, but that means Puppey can walk in, Malva stun will cancel, but Puppey, Shaka towards the tree line, they won't bring him down, Mushi with a double kill, further down south, Dandy with the orb, he's not going to join after that one, he's going to stay with the Vorst, Fire Strike misses from Extinct, so Dandy with his haste moving in, moving out, Mushi, try to bring down Danny. Oh! There's the hit, but Avorst gets the bash. There's going to be a back. They're trying to keep Phonic in Avorst control. Fire Strike on Avorst, and he will go down now. Windrunner with the kill. Dandy bought back. He's trying to come back in time, but it won't happen. And Phonic gets a good regen rune.
Such a tight fight, but in the end, Orange just pulling ahead so hard. And especially with that buyback from Dandy.
That commitment from Enigma to go to the other side of the tree line to get the stun on the Bane.
Yeah. He had to.
Yeah, he had to, but it lost his life for it.
He had to save Havor's life, and Havor's is more important. That's kind of how you have to play sometimes as a supporter, but it's not something you want to do when you're Enigma.
Especially an Enigma who's still trying to get towards his BKB, but looks like Puppey did buy his Mithril Hammer in time, so he's just a recipe away now.
He's that far.
But this fight happened at the same time as Roshan respawns, and Lifestealer won't be back in time. And Mushy doesn't really care anyway. He'll bring down Roshan very, very quickly.
Lifestealer has no way of being here. They can tank up a little bit with Windrunner, and we see Roshan just RNG gaming on Mushi, bringing him down to almost half life.
No way to stop it. They may as well just go back into that lane to continue to farm up, and then just deal with this Aegis when it comes out. Should be on the hands of Mushy, and in fact goes the hands of Windrunner. Nope.
Denial.
What?
They denied it. They failed.
Oh! Oh!
And we see a lot of rares being given out for witnessing the denial of an Aegis. That's not really what you want to do, KYXY. They are not too happy right now. Of course, at this point, when you have disadvantage, you don't really kill Roshan for the experience and gold, you kill it for that Aegis.
It must have been like attack moving there or something like that. It's definitely an accident. It is most definitely an accident. This isn't the ultimate diss up against Navi saying we don't need no Aegis to win.
That's an accident. That's an accident. You don't try and troll someone when you're playing for this much money. And the pressure, even though all these players are trying not to think about it when they're in the game, but when you're up and one game is what makes the difference between going to grand finals or not, it's always there. It's hard to block that out.
Oh man. And when I saw Windrunner's name, it's like, there's no way they'll give Windrunner the Aegis. It's like, nope, 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 nope.
Mushi really close to finishing up an entire Shivas now. Just needs 600 more gold. As I say that, he just keeps shooting up in his gold. His economy doing really well.
Love a nice way for SK to scout out. Use an illusion, put an iron shell on the back of it. Not a bad way of doing it. Enigma now does have that BKB up for Puppey, so during the next team fight, we have to watch that position in the Bane. If he wants to hold Lifestealer in position, Puppey may be okay with that now.
And we see movement from Navi. They want to take a fight.
Too early, too early. Puppey's not there in time.
BKB
and already BKB from Funnick. He is so scared of that Scythe device of being popped instantly.
And he's now down to a 7-second BKB next time he wants to use it. So that duration on Bounty Hunter, he won't be able to chase for too long. And that's really, really a big thing. Having a short BKB means he can't really go in and just target down the Bane, for example. And that's what Puppey needs. He needs his team to do something about Bane so that he can land the amazing black holes.
We've got a nice item now coming up with the Bounty Hunter, so we've got a Vladimir's offering for him. That's going to make Lifestealer a lot more powerful during these team fights.
Oh yeah, but now with that Shivas as well, kind of has the counteraction with the minus 40% attack speed.
Full Shivas for Mushy. He may as well be playing it out because of the amount of money he's getting right now. He must be looking so good on his gold per minute. 567. Looking very, very good on the gold per minute.
Yeah.
The Highest try and check out the high ground, see if they're visible from an observer ward, but there is no vision for Navi. They don't have a single ward on the map right now. Anywhere. They have a tier 2 tower in mid, and that's the only outside vision apart from the creep waves. Which, by the way, is pushing top lane pretty heavily. So, TB back, and Mushy will take the farm.
Yeah. So, both teams playing pretty close to their base right now. Looking over to the fantasy points, actually Extinct is as high as Mushy.
Unfortunately, man, the fantasy points don't count today. Fantasy points don't count for the finals day. Nope, they ended yesterday.
That is horrible.
On the bright side, I still thank Burning.
That is horrible.
Burning gave me a lot of points. For all those wonderful people out there that had all their bets in for the compendiums, they will finally get them all tallied up later on this evening. So, yeah, shout out to all the guys too, that because by buying the compendiums, you guys at home as well as right here at the event, you made this event as big as it is. 1.6 sounds awesome, but I think it almost hit 2.9 million. That's amazing. That's the beauty thing. And almost 6 million unique players as well in Dota 2 just for the last month. And that's like, the game is getting bigger. The game is getting bigger. And this whole event has just showcased the reason why it does.
Yeah. Looking at Orange now, they're playing very safe and not really pressing the issue, but we should remember there was a mistake in denying that Aegis, and they're not gonna throw this game. Of course, they're not gonna push if they don't have that advantage that they were supposed to have with Aegis. They're just playing it a little bit more safe. They have seen the BKB on Enigma because he has shown himself once.
Yeah,
but
well, he had no other choice, man. You got a BKB on cooldown and bound for another 60 seconds. You can't go into a fight, so he has to be inside the creep wave somewhere. And Mushy, well, he loves farming conversions. They're worth good money as well. Even using the Shiva's Guard for it. He's got all the mana in the world too. He doesn't really care about that.
There's no way he's gonna drop low on mana, as he has too much. Every time he has a chance, 40% chance to restore 25% of his mana pool, and when you run around with 2,500 mana, yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. You can see what Navi was trying to do just then. They were thinking about trying to loop around and come in behind Orange as they pushed in that bottom. But then they realized that Orange, the momentum was already too fast. They wouldn't be able to loop around in time without losing their tier 3 tower. So they back up, and it looks like Navi actually want to fight on top of their tier 2 tower here.
Yeah, I'm more surprised that Orange are willing to push and force the issue a little bit here. But taking that tier 2 tower, they have to pretty much get in position and just start right-clicking it. And if they can't, then there's no real push.
And Mushy, they trust, man. They can see the guys in the back lines, but they cannot see the Bane, and that's their biggest problem. Net. He's got no items really. Like, he's got Magic Wand, he's got Boots and a TP scroll. It's nothing, but they've got to kill him off, and that's why Denny jumps in. Silent Stream call on 2. Net, there's a Fiend Script used on the Force, and Puppy, well, he's got the Black Hole, he got 3 in it. Mushy inside the BKB as well. He's going to waste that timing and funding the attack. Denny through the tree line, and Vaughn's going to kill him off. Mushy forced tapped away. Denny wants to chase. The orb goes the wrong way. Does he join? Does he join? Hell yes, he does. Rips it up. Chases Mushy. The damage is going to be enough. Shiva's got on the edge. Mushy, he's alive. He's alive. He's dead.
Top lane.
Back to Ohio as well, running away from Puppy. Funnix chasing down KYXY. Ohio, he's being stunned up by the Spike Carapace. It was actually his own Iron Shield turning against him. Now the Malphus up from Puppy, or from Dendy. Will hit connect. And Gems on the deck.
Top. We get a kill as well on the Windrunner as the Funnick and her Vorst chased her down all the way. So a big win for Navi there.
So Orange don't claim the tower, and they lose so much again. The advantage of 12,000 experience, not enough. Of what was basically 7,000 gold is now turning around in favor of Navi.
Dire's middle tower
And is Extinct going to try and stop this? Again, he finds himself being one of the last ones left alive. He won't hold this. Oh, here, wait. He's going to go in. He's going to go in. Burrow strike. It might slow him down. Ned's coming in as well. Look for the brain cell. They couldn't get anything. They're all coming back into this fight. And TPing in Mushy. He wants Funnick. They actually get him away. No one ends up dying from Navi after a triple buyback. They got the tower and they bailed. And they bailed quick.
And they got out. That's so sick. Getting out and 3 buybacks wasted on Orange.
That is a lot of money just thrown down the drain. Even with this advantage, it's going to just change even harder now.
Yeah, the kills still looking the way for Orange, but never mind the numbers on the kills now, because I really feel Navi, they're starting to claim an advantage in this game.
Oh yeah. These items are coming their way. Even Funnick, man. Because remember, all these kills which keep happening, there's track through it all. Yeah. The bonus gold coming in, and it's Navi moving as 5 because Orange want to play 5v5, and that's what Bounty Hunters love.
Blink, BKB on Puppy.
Oh wow!
And every single person on Navi, I just see item progression everywhere. We have Dandy working towards that Chive of Vice. We have 4,000 gold on her Vorst, and Blink on Kuroki with 1,600 gold to go. And that Desolator is not far off on Funnick.
This is just going to get really rough for Orange, but at the same time, they still have a lot of power behind them. That fight which happened in the middle lane, not the one with the buybacks, but the one that happened back on the Radiant side of the river, that's one of those things where Enigma gets a 3-man black hole and your entire fight changes. He misses everything, and then all of a sudden, nothing goes right. And a Vorst, don't do it yourself. Move yourself back. Or maybe he wants, maybe he does.
Black hole off cooldown 5 seconds.
Mushy's going to jump in, forced up, look for the side device, not going to work. Mushy did, now Denny with the stuns, Kuro with a stun, back in again, and Puppy! 3 on the hole, but the Fiend Script cancels it off, then tries to stop Ned, so Puppy gets free again. Next shot, keeps him alive, Orange lost 2, Orange lost 3, Orange has lost 4, and they're going to lose 5. KYXY on the retreat, the track will keep it there, Denny's following it in, and KYXY will fight from inside his own base. Huge counter initiation from Navi.
And there's no buybacks. There are 3 buybacks on cooldown.
This is Rax.
This is
going to be Rax. They're going to go in and bring down this tier 3 tower. They were so far behind. And they are roping the Malaysians in. You can see the expressions on their faces. They are not happy. There's nothing they can do. They are merely spectators inside their own game. And Navi are going to go for a second Rax as well. They cannot overcommit this though. At least the tier 3 tower. SK's back. Bane's coming back as well. OD's still down for a while.
That's a long time. This Rax should be possible to claim both the mid Raxes.
Looks to be the case. They can't take 3. The tier 2 tower's still alive. And maybe Extinct tries to force them back out again. It's too late. There's no point wasting the epicenter. The double Rax. Mid and bottom go down.
And Navi, they back out. And right now they have 25,000 gold on their heroes combined. Buying up items all round.
This is out of control now. This is completely out of control for Orange. And saying that after they were the ones that were in control.
Yeah, look at Funnick. He buys up a Demon Edge along with his Desolator. The damage is now completely insane on this Bounty Hunter.
Even Bounty can just one hit down heroes like Windrunner before they can get into the Windrun. And Orange, they're just making a beeline. But what are they making a beeline for? Are they trying to get into the Rosh pit? Thinking Navi are in there and they're like, wait. They're not, but who do they find? They find one, they find Dendy, they need to finish him off. Blink Burrow Strike, they're going to pick up on Dendy, buys back instantly. Avorce looking for the fight as well. The BKB on Mushy will be on cooldown. And Navi, they don't want to give it a shot.
A fast kill on Dendy, but does it really make that difference now having CD on the BKB?
It might do when that top lane's being pressured, but Navi won't care about tier 3 tower. There's still 2 racks up. You're right, I hear an Infest, it's into Dendy. But Dendy can still die very quickly. In Orange, they're just waiting for Navi to show themselves. But look at the line being drawn by Puppy. Up through mid, rotate yourself around.
And it's
Orange,
obvious,
they
with
hang
this
in the tree
bottom
line.
pushing in, Navi knows something is up.
Yep.
Because the entire base of Orange is filled with enemy creeps.
Puppy. The smoke goes. They would have seen over the tree line. Dendy going to phase shift. And then with the Shiva's guard, they're going to jump in. Koro! Big stun! Double stun! Feeds can cancel. Black Hole won't go. He actually gets 2. KYX wide higher. Locked in position. Avorce with a double kill. Mushy almost dead. Is dead. Mushy down. SK will buy back. And GG! Navi! They come back from what looked like oblivion to get into their 3rd international grand final.
And
a
Navi,
rematch.
They celebrated so happily in that booth. They're going completely crazy over that win.
Man, they have done what no other team has in Dota 2. A 3rd international final. Orange, all props to them for their game, but the crowd is on their feet. For the defending champions of TI1.
We see both the teams hugging it out. Navi, big smiles, but both these teams played completely amazing, making it all the way here. And Navi gonna be going up.
Oh, look at the respect given to Mushy as well.
Yeah.
It's the wonderful thing. While we play the top quality Dota, these guys can still remain friends. But when they're inside those boxes, when they play Dota, it's all about the win. It's all about the win. And Navi, with that comeback, they deserve it. But Orange, they deserve their 3rd place as well. They have played amazing Dota throughout the entire playoff series.
Man, I've said it throughout the game, or throughout the tournament, that the best games that I've seen, it has been Orange games. And let's see.
It's been wonderful, man. It's been wonderful. I want to say big shout out to them. Big props to Navi now. They get their rematch up against Alliance. How's that going to turn out? Well, we'll leave it to the experts to tell you. We'll be back over the panel.